Page 22, what child is this? 3/4 time with one flat in the key signature. This theoretically, if this arrangement is in the key of D minor. The actual piece is in a mode, I won't go there. This is in D minor. Make sure you can do the scale on D minor. Actually, you should do the scale one octave up and down on F major, because it has one flat in the key signature, and D minor. They're relative to each other, so just do both scales. I explain them in the scale videos. Yeah, okay. Right hand first, let's make sure we got this rhythm and notes and all. You're starting with thumb in second, so you're in this position. Don't forget the B flat. So, 3, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1 and 2. Second finger down. It claps. Now we changed hand positions. And then a 2, 3. Bring the thumb down. Now they want you to lift up. I don't like doing that. I really don't. I don't like using the same finger. You have to sometimes. I know. I just don't like to. Let's go down to measure 17. Well, no, let's go further than that. Let's go over to measure 13. You're here. Crossover 6, 2, and for the next one, this is measure 16. Use thumb. On the second D, you're 3 and then a 1. This way you're closer to the C. You need a C and you reach up. Otherwise you're here, you gotta come up. I don't like doing that. So if you use thumb on that, on measure 16, then measure 17, you're here. 2, and then clasp the hand. Now measure 19, they have a 2-3. Play it with second finger, and immediately put third finger on it. You substitute. We do a lot of finger substitutions in piano. You gotta be able to go from any finger to any finger. Takes time to get them. But this is a good practice. I encourage you to do it, and do it immediately after you play it. Do it right there. So again, measure 18, 1 and 2 and 3 here, and that's where you can reach down. 1 and 2 and third finger. 2, during the rest come up. 2, 3, and you're going to do that 2-3 again. And 2. Now they want thumb on that. Just screech up a little bit here. This is measure 29. 1 and 2, and just put thumb on that one. That way you can cross over. And then finish it with third. A little tricky. It's not a fast piece, so we can get away with all this. Left hand's got the chords. The one chord in D minor. Then you have a C chord. Just the whole hand just comes down. And that's tied for 2 measures. Hang on to it, and then going on. It's a D. You're staying in this C position, and during the rest, at the end of the second line, you come back up. So in measure 9, you're ready for the D chord again, D minor chord. Do that again. Isn't this fun? Let's go down to measure 13. You're here, and then fifth finger. It's a broken D minor chord. That squiggly line, I'll come back to that later. Right now, just play the chord. And then, now you're going to, the C comes down here, and you can use second finger if you want. It's like it's an F chord. You've done this chord before. And that's tied for 2 measures, and then the C chord, that's tied for 2 measures. You just gotta love this. Put the hands together. Remember, the left hand is tied. By itself. Now look out, they threw you a curve. I don't know if it was intentional or it's an error, I don't know. But if you look at measure 24, you have a dotted half note in the left hand, you have a half note and a rest in the right hand. So on the third beat, the right hand comes up, the left hand doesn't. So starting at measure 23, you're here. 1, 2, 3. You gotta come up, that stays down. So it's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. That's technically what's written, because most people would lift both hands at the same time. maybe that's what they intended, and they, it's an error. I don't know, but all I can do is play it the way it's written. So that's what's written. So that's what we do. We hold the left hand down for beat 3. I don't really want to play it all for you. You go through and work and get the hands working together. Then go back and get rid of the hesitations. A steady beat is what you're after. Nice and slow, but steady. Then we can go add the articulate, the slurs in the right hand and these wavy lines you see. Connect it. Lift up. You have to lift up using it, but it's like taking a breath. So put in the phrases in the right hand, and the left hand play it as connected as you can, except for the rest. You gotta do the rest, but otherwise you can't connect these. Do the best you can. It's not a big break between them, but connect all the other stuff if you can. These wavy lines. Let's go back over to page 23. It's measure 17. You play them very quickly. It's a roll chord. It's not done rhythmically. It's just a quick chord. Got the same thing at the bottom. And there's different ways of interpreting it, and people don't agree on how it should be interpreted. So I'm not going to tell you one way is right or wrong. I'll explain them to you. You and your teacher will decide. Your teacher will tell you what to do. A lot of people, they will play, so the top note is on the beat. So these come together. So those two measures there, this is measure 16 and 17. No, measure 15 and 16, it's here. But these would come together. Other people would play it so the bottom note is on the beat, so these would come together. Sometimes in this situation, because the notes are so close together, you'd actually play all 4 notes as though the wavy line was through the whole thing. You play all 4 of them connected, like that. Now again, sometimes, do you want that note on the beat or not? Or do you want that note on the beat? It depends on which note you want on the beat. So it's here. So it's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Or 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. That comes after 1 but before 2. Different ways of interpreting it. I won't tell you what's right or wrong. It's the same thing at the bottom. Play all 4 of them one after another is what I'm recommending. But whether you play the bottom note on the beat or the top note on the beat is between you and your teacher. I typically play the bottom note on the beat, and this comes after the beat. It's like a rubato. It just happens a little bit later. You're lingering on this note. You're just lingering on that one note a little longer before you play the other one is all. It's interpreting the music. When we do the play with me, I am going to play the bottom note on the beat, so it's here. Then dynamics, well, in the soft range. Moderately soft, whatever you think that is. Then when you get over to measure 17, that's loud. You're staying pretty much in the loud range. You don't have to stay exactly that, and then pretty much throughout the rest of it. Speed-wise, it's in the middle. Cantabile is a singing type style, just a pleasant style. I'd like to play this with you very slowly to double check the notes and the rhythms. I'll give us 2 counts. Not going to do any dynamics or anything. I will do the slurs and the rolled chords and all that. So let's just try it together. Ready, go. 1, 2, 3. 1 and 2 and 3 and 2. 1 and 2 and 3. 2 and 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 2. 1 and 2 and 3. 2. 1 and 2 and 3. 2. 2. 2, 3. 2, 3. 1 and 2. 2. 1 and 2. 2. 2. 3. 2, 3. 1 and 2. 2. 1 and 2. 1 and 2. 2. 2 off. There's a duet for this also. I'd like to play that, and you play what we just played with a little faster. And again, I need you to go up an octave. So just pretend middle C is a octave higher, and instead of here, you're here. Up here. Now let's play it together. Now the duet part doesn't have a note on your pickup beat, so I'm going to go ahead and play that note with you down here to keep us together. I'll give us 2 counts, so let's start. Ready, go.